Hello, my good friend. I'm joined here today with my beautiful girlfriend,
Hello.
and we are going to be looking at Batman, the TellTale series. Now, I had very low hopes for this. I actually didn't even bother with it.
Really?
It's been out for quite a while, and I didn't even look at it.
I'm very surprised.
I know, I know. I
Such a
really,
big fan.
I really loved the cartoon as a kid, and then I grew up to love it even more. But sometimes you just don't trust. You just get so overhyped over stuff, and
Right.
I thought this was gonna be something that let me down,
Mm.
and I gotta say I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, that's nice.
So without much further ado, one of my favorite things in the Telltale series, or in any game like Mass Effect or anything,
Mm.
is seeing the varying things that your characters can say.
Mm.
Like if they say the mean thing, if they say the funny thing, if they say the nice thing.
Mm.
So I edited this a little bit so that you can see me say the funny thing, the nice thing, and everything in between.
Oh, that's cool.
And here we go.
Rate in half. For too long, this city has burned with corruption and greed under Mayor Hill's authority. But I promise you, a vote for Harvey Dent is a vote to finally put your foot down. And together, we can stamp out the fire and save our great city. If only Mr. Wayne, my campaign's largest backer, could have heard that applause, he would well, there he is. Fashionable and fashionably late as always. Say hi, Bruce.
Enjoy drinking my wine. It's worth more than most of you.
No, he's kidding, everyone. No wine is that expensive. Thank you again, everyone. Say hi, Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
Well, I tee him up and he knocks him down. That's how Mr. Wayne and I do business. Thank you again, everyone, for your stunned silence. Well, that is how Mayor Hill is going to feel when we crush him on Election Day. Thank you again, everyone, for your
Welcome to Wayne Manor, everyone. My apologies for the late arrival.
Oh, not to worry,
And then
Mr. Wayne.
I like that.
We've all made ourselves very comfortable. Thank you again, everyone, for your unwavering support. Together, we will change Gotham.
I like that.
Mr. Wayne,
That's
thank
cool.
you for opening your house to us. Now, I know this is the biggest mansion in Gotham, but I don't think you got lost on your way here. Where were you? I know you prefer the brooding billionaire angle, so the sooner we make nice with the donors, the sooner everyone will leave you alone.
Relax. It was important.
Not more than this. I know you despise these things, and truth be told, I do too.
What? A chance to show off your teeth and talk about yourself to a room full of money? Say it ain't so.
It's called playing the game,
Yeah,
Bruce.
I know.
And
It's
tonight,
fun.
if you hadn't noticed, I'm playing for City
I really
Hall.
like it.
No one came here tonight to
Like
see
the look
me.
of it. I like the
Want to see the
conversation.
Bruce Wayne, am I right?
And I can see him just fine from here.
This shouldn't be the brooding billionaire angle. So the sooner we make nice with the donors, the sooner everyone will leave you alone.
Just working the night shift.
Yeah, well then you're pulling a double. No one came here tonight to see me. They want to see the Bruce Wayne, am I right? For the brooding
just love
billionaire angle. So
Yeah.
the sooner we make nice
And,
with the
and
donors,
it's fun
the
to
sooner
actually
everyone
test
will
them
leave you
to see
alone.
if they make a difference.
Right.
Just wanted to make an entrance.
Congratulations, you almost missed it. You are a pillar of this city and my campaign. I need you here, tuxedoed and shaking hands. No one came here tonight to see me. They want to see the Bruce Wayne, am I right?
And I can see him just fine from here.
This shouldn't be painful. It's not a kidney stone. It's only a little FaceTime with potential donors. Your face, specifically, with a mouth that's saying, support Harvey Dent. We're the grease, they're the wheels. And they're rolling in enough cash and votes to help make Gotham a place for families again. A little liquid courage before facing your adoring public. This'll help you too, Bruce.
I just don't like being someone I'm not.
What are you talking about? You are Gotham's golden sun. Let them bask in your radiant glow. This'll help you too, Bruce. Once I've turned this city around as mayor, you'll be a hero for funding my campaign. Now all I need is a decent slogan. I'm terrible at those. It always makes me sound like a used car salesman. Which, for the record, I have not been
I
since
love the
before law school.
conversation.
All right, all right, all right. How about,
Pretty like, natural
You're
and funny
dense,
and
yeah.
in crime?
Look at you. It's not half bad. I'm gonna use that. Which, I
It
have
really
not been
had
since
me
before law school.
immediately.
yeah.
All right, all right, all right. How about, our hope is in Harvey?
Look at you. It's not half bad. I'm gonna use that. Bruce, I meant what I said. Together, you and me, we change Gotham. A city free from crime, where children can play in the streets again.
That's what I want too, Harvey, but you know how rough it is out there. We have to shake things up to make that happen.
Well, we can start with a few hands, hmm? Come on.
The video games I've seen where conversation is sometimes awkward and doesn't always flow, and sometimes things they say are so like a little weird sometimes.
Yeah.
It could be that a lot of the stuff we watch isn't it like more like Japanese and maybe translation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just guessing.
Yeah. No.
No, but this is like I want to like listen to it. It's like
I know.
really interesting.
Yeah, I was really excited to show it.
Voted for Mayor Hill last time. I'll admit it, Mr. Wayne. I don't know Mr. Dent from a pothole on Main Street, but I trust your family. If you believe in Dent, we believe in you. After all, whoever you support is a reflection on you.
And we trust someone like you to lead this city to greatness.
Well, thank you. But we're all here tonight because we want to make a difference. And that's what it's going to take. Every single one of us. Not just me, not just Mr. Dent. Everyone.
Right. Of course.
Old families like ours should
Whoever you
flock
support
together.
is a reflection on you.
And we trust someone like you to lead this city to greatness.
Well, I'm flattered, truly, but this night is about getting Harvey Dent elected so he can fix those potholes.
I think I speak for half the room when I say politicians are puppets.
Oh, come on now, Bob. I'm not a politician. I'm a crusader. No strings attached.
Old families like
Whoever
ours
you
should
support is a reflection on you.
Well, my name isn't important. What is important is Mr. Dent's campaign.
Like
Now,
it or not, the Wayne name carries weight in Gotham.
I understand, I just don't want to throw it around.
Old families like ours should flock together, you know, like birds.
You're preaching, dear.
No, it's true. The Waynes and Zellerbachs are reminders of the golden age of Gotham.
This city's
You know, it's
luster
interesting.
faded years ago, Mr. Dent.
Besides
Look at
the
Gotham
concept,
now.
I'm really
Murder
enjoying
in the
it.
streets,
It's
corruption
even
in
the
City
detail
Hall,
of
that
the woman
kid
walking down the
Bat-Freak
stairs.
dealing out vigilante
It caught my
justice
eye.
like
It's really
the
kind of
Wild
cool with her long
Goddamn
dress.
West.
And,
Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby,
I don't know,
we're in
like-
a golden age.
Like,
you
Things are
didn't-
getting
they didn't
cranky
have
in
to throw that
yours.
in.
There's
No, not at
always
all.
hope.
It's just
You're
very
for being
interesting.
blunt.
Or even
One man
making the
can't
background
save
matter.
this
It's
city.
kind of cool.
And it's a
Yeah.
dangerous mentality to think so. That's how you get creeps like this Batman.
Well, I have to say I side with your wife on this, Mr. Zellerbach. Even a spark of hope can light the darkness.
Huh, an idealist with a bank account. He'll be broke before Election Day.
And I know Bruce would gladly spend every penny he has to
I
fix
found
this
the
city.
dynamic between
I don't doubt
Harvey
that for
Dent
a
and
moment.
Bruce Wayne really
And
interesting.
don't worry, though.
Mentality
I am
to
not
think
doing
so. That's how you get creeps like this Batman.
I'd say it all depends on the man. Sometimes you need a person who will go off script
Such as dressing up in a bat costume?
and taking out the criminals who ruin our city. Though the cape may be a bit much.
Don't worry, though.
The
I am
king
not
will be a
doing this
bit
alone.
much. That's funny.
Bruce's help We're replacing the dangerously unsecure Arkham Asylum with a state-of-the-art mental health facility to help Gotham's most at-risk individuals. It will be dedicated to Thomas and Martha Wayne, in the hopes that their fate will never be repeated.
After all your parents did for this city, oh, to be killed in a botched robbery in some alleyway, it was terrible. Truly terrible.
A tragedy like that at such a young age must have been crippling.
If only that
That's nice.
deranged man had gotten the right treatment, maybe... well, I don't like to think about maybes. And I'm sure you don't either.
Well, thank you. I wish my parents could be here speaking with you too.
The death of his parents was terrible.
And thank you, Bruce, for investing in the health of this city's future.
You have our support, Mr. Dent. Go get him.
We're on our way.
Characters
Had
are
gotten
sort
the
of
right treatment,
realistic,
maybe...
you know, it's kind of cool.
well, I
really
don't
like
like to
this one
think
'cause
about
he kinda-
maybes. And I'm sure you don't either.
Well, Harvey is the one who's been behind the project since day one. A vote for him is a vote for the memory of my parents.
I feel like you sell yourself for politics with that one.
Yeah.
You know, like you
you
make a
both.
big sacrifice to.
Mm.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of felt that
Not
one.
saying I
like,
doubted
a
you,
little
but
painful
that went
for
better
him.
than expected.
Yeah.
It is a night of ringing endorsements.
It would win him the campaign, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, hello. Harvey Dent, Gotham's next mayor, and
One
eager
thing
to
I'm
know you.
not a fan of,
Vicky Vale.
and I think it's
Not
probably the sort
interested.
of
And reporter
cartoon
for the Gotham
style,
Gazette.
This is a
is
private
the lines
fundraiser,
of
Miss
their
Vale.
face
No
and her back
reporters allowed.
just look
Oh,
like...
you don't mind if I stay and ask a few questions, do you, Mr. Wayne?
I
Well,
like
you can ask
Do
me
you like
whenever you
them?
want
Yeah.
at the press conference tomorrow.
Why?
Actually, I'm here for
I
Mr.
think they
Wayne.
had,
Well, he
I think they
certainly
had a
doesn't
bit
have
of
any
a
time.
character and
Tonight is
cartoons
strictly
too.
off the record.
I
We can
think
talk, but
it's a
nothing
style.
gets written down.
nice choice.
I'm okay
and
with
I
that.
actually like the way it
I was
looks.
just hoping to see
Okay.
what makes
It
Bruce
just,
Wayne
to me,
tick.
looks distracting,
This is
but I
quite
also-
the social
Press
event.
conference
I
tomorrow.
also get it.
Yeah, if they were
Oh,
smooth,
it's all right.
like babies,
You can stay.
it wouldn't look good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it wouldn't look
Bruce?
as sort of gritty, I
This is
guess.
quite
Yeah,
the social
yeah.
event, Mr. Wayne.
Oh, come on now. It's so formal.
I mean,
Cool,
it's
Bruce.
whole new style.
Well, Bruce, you've been going around pleasing everyone tonight. But
This is a
How are you
reporter.
doing?
I don't trust her. In
you should
my
enjoy your own
like
party
Mm.
before all the champagne runs out.
Well, I'm doing better now that you're here. Well, I'll tell you, if all these stuffed shirts weren't around, I'd give you the private tour.
Mr. Wayne, you've got something on your collar before all the champagne runs out.
Everyone loves the host. You're king for a day.
Just a day. I would have guessed Bruce Wayne has that feeling year-round.
Yeah, well, I take nights and weekends off.
Mr. Wayne, you've got something on your collar. Is that blood? Yeah. It looks like...
Spilled some wine. It'll come out.
Stick to clear alcohols, Bruce. They never stain.
looks
Okay.
Actually, it's lipstick.
Well, no wonder you were late. Say no more.
Do excuse me, Master Bruce, but another guest has arrived.
I'm sure they'll find the bar.
You may want to greet this one personally, sir.
Do you ever see words and then you're like, they sound
Carmine
so
Falcone?
weird? Like
Is
I
the
just
Dent
said
campaign
lunkhead.
soliciting votes from Gotham's biggest crime?
Falcone's never been convicted of anything except being a businessman who loves this city.
Like, what is that?
Excuse us, Miss Vale.
Why did I say it?
And what kind of business do you think he's in?
The one that controls enough votes to get me into City Hall. This is the necessary evil of politics, Bruce. It's in the service of a better Gotham, for all of us. Look, at least hear him out before you kick him out. Falcone requested to speak with you directly. Maybe he can change your mind.
I don't like this, Harv, but I'm trusting you.
Thank you, Bruce. Seriously. You know I have to pull every string I can to get elected.
Yeah, well, just make sure this one doesn't hang you.
Falcone requested to speak with you directly.
Jesus, Harvey, inviting a known criminal to your fundraiser doesn't exactly look good for your squeaky clean image.
Let me worry about that. A word of warning, Bruce? Play nice.
You know, I've been in the market for a new house. Decent walk-up, sky-high ceilings, plenty of room for my cars. I think I'll take it. Though the decor offends my eyes. Man, all flash, no class.
Let's talk privately, shall we?
Hey, I like this guy. Ready to do business before we even introduce ourselves. But we'll get to that. Carmine Falcone offends my eyes. Man, all flash, no class.
Well, you couldn't afford it.
Yeah, right. Carmine Falcone, thank you for welcoming me into your home. You're a respectable man, I hear.
Bruce Wayne.
I know who you are. The guy who's gonna sell me his house. You're a respectable man, I hear.
I really like the little
Gentlemen,
foreboding
perhaps
text
you will be
message
more
at the top.
comfortable
It's
in
like,
Yeah,
the
it's,
parlor.
I hate when they
Finally,
do
if
that.
you will.
because then it's like, I made the wrong decision no matter what you did. Even if you believe in it 100%, that pops up and you're like,
You should
I
know,
don't
Mr.
believe in
Falcone,
it.
my
I made the
analysts say
wrong
we're
choice.
raising triple with Mayor
There's
Hill.
a game we
Hey,
played that
what's...
did that,
Private audience.
and I hated that.
Go get
Come
it
on,
done.
guys.
Oh, okay.
Bruce.
Yeah, it was like,
You'll be fine out there, Harvey.
Harvey stays with us.
A man's home is his castle. I respect that. Seen and not heard.
Whatever you...
that's so
What did I
threatening.
say?
Harvey will remember that.
Fine out there, Harvey.
We talk alone. Just you and me. Sorry, Harvey.
Yeah, I'll get a drink or something. Christ.
Mr. District Attorney here wants to make sure the rules are followed. But in my experience,
For the
there's the
detail
law,
this time.
and
Yeah,
there's doing what's
pretty
right.
cool.
Yeah.
You understand? And I'd rather see Harvey actually help this city instead of just saying he will. The man talks too much. Chaps my face with words.
I understand more than you know.
Good. You look smart. You dress smart. Glad it adds up to something real.
I like to see those
Mr.
'cause
Falcone.
I don't
The
think
man
you'd
talks
miss
too
them in a
much.
sense if they
Chaps
weren't
my
there.
face with words.
The fact they
Well,
are,
I would say you
it's
can
like
uphold the law and
they
still
went
do
a
what's
step
right.
To
above,
a point.
like the dress
No one gets
in the
remembered for
background
staying in the
coming
middle.
down. Caught my eye, I'm like, why was that there? It
Mr.
didn't need to
Falcone,
be
I
there.
No more
I would have still been
warnings.
engaged in the conversation.
This city,
But the
instead of
fact that
just
it
saying
was just,
Unlike
I was like,
most people,
oh, I really like
Harvey
that.
actually
Oh.
has integrity. He's trying to make Gotham a better place.
So am I. So are you. Hey, we all carry this city on our broken backs. Might lighten the load if we do so together. I ain't here to chinwag about politics, Mr. Wayne. Gives me indigestion. I got enough of that as is.
Chinwag.
So, let's talk relationship.
Never heard that before. And I won't be using that.
Chalk this for me. Here, pal. I can get Harvey the mayor's seat. Or I can pull it out from under him. Whatever happened to being a gracious host? Whatever happened to being a gracious host? Okay, imagine, this is me. And these are all my friends in Gotham. The businesses, restaurants, clubs, docks, unions, politicians. I make them all move. And I want to keep everything moving if Harvey gets elected. That's why I came here tonight to your lovely home, hoping to make a new friend. One who can help Mr. Dent see the light, if need be. Between your businesses and mine, I bet we employ half the city. Now, we got a good thing going, so I don't see why we shouldn't team up. For Gotham. For our city.
Look, I'm only talking to you because Harvey asked, trusting a friend to know what's best for Gotham.
Now that's a predicament.
Oh, I'm everyone's friend.
Which means you're really no one's. Pick a lane before you have a head-on collision. Help Mr. Dent see the light, if need be. Between your businesses and mine, I bet we employ half the city. Now, we got a good thing going, so I don't see why we shouldn't team up. For Gotham. For our city. You listen to me, kid. I know somewhere inside that tuxedo you understand this situation. Money gets money. The risks, the alliances, the hidden costs. Your father knew which hands to shake. And which to break.
I think I'll have someone see you out.
Okay. Okay. So that's how it's gonna be. People don't say no to me. It's the break, not for long.
Whatever you say.
You're a good kid. You look like him, you know? It's nice that we understand each other. It's the break. Yeah. Let that sink in. It's nice that we understand each other.
Master Bruce, your guests are leaving. I recommend seeing them out. You wouldn't want to be rude.
Hey, I appreciate the hospitality, Mr. Wayne. But I don't think I'll put an offer on the house. A nice guy like you should have a nice place to live. I'll be seeing you, Bruce, while this city's still standing.
Did he have something to do with the parents being killed?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the cool things about playing somebody's interpretation of Batman is where are they going to go with this?
Right.
So just now, in what they showed you, they kind of set up a lot, but it's kind of been done in other Batman movies. So I was enjoying it, but I was a little like, kind of been done, guys. What are you doing? Well, I'm happy to say they do some really interesting stuff, actually. And they were just setting the stage, so to speak. And I was really pleasantly surprised at what they end up doing with some characters and some, I mean, even just a simple thing like making the relationship between Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne a friendship right now. It made me do some choices that I wouldn't otherwise do, because in this scenario, I felt like I was his friend. So I was like, I'll trust him. You know, I want to see what plays out.
Right.
Because I know you won't recognize the name Harvey Dent.
It does sound familiar.
See what
No,
she
it
would
does.
really
I'm glad it does. But
Did I hear it before? Like in any of the...
in some of the things that I showed you, yeah, you would have heard it before. He's a very notorious character in the Batman franchise, universe, whatever.
And in other news, you're now on day 3 of the factory fire that will not end. Crews have given up trying to combat the blaze at the Otisburg Processing Center.
That's
Owned by Ace Chemical. Still
So some of the people that they're putting here, I don't recognize Vesper, but she's probably, somewhere. But like, the male news reporter, he is this crazy character in Batman at some point. So it's just kind of like Jack Ryder, yeah. He goes insane, especially I think in the cartoon. In the cartoon show, it's pretty great. But
oh, he literally goes insane.
Yeah, and he becomes a masked vigilante or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's a lot of fun. He has like an alter ego and stuff. Yeah, so that's just as far as I can see. It's like, is it gonna be an Easter egg? Just like really fun to notice, so it's just fun to be in there. Or will they finally do something? So, I was a bit cynical going into this. Like, hey, they've done this story before. Everybody seems to be, doing Batman to death. Just leave Batman alone for a while. Is how I kind of felt. But this game really changed my mind.
It's nice to be like pleasantly surprised, like you said.
Yeah, and didn't you really love the conversation between Falcone and Batman?
Yeah, I actually like the first part better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like between
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Well, that was just supposed to be foreboding and stuff,
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to really be enjoyable.
Oh, I liked it.
No. The Falcone.
Oh.
But right now, I'm just watching TV. I just really like, if they give you stuff, I kind of want to absorb it.
Me to absorb it?
No, in the video game. You can literally just watch TV.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay.
And it's having you learn more about the world. That's why I always check the biographies. Because I'm jumping into this game, like, apparently midway through. And it's always nice when that happens. Witcher did that a lot, where I'd meet people, and it's like, you've met her since this time. And like, oh, no thanks. Because just like a good movie, they don't show you every single detail or every single moment in the character's life. So I really loved that. I really like, figuring out, how long have I known Harvey Dent? Why did I meet him? Why am I so behind him in this game? So it's really cool.
That's kind of cool to pass all that info,
Yeah, it really is. And then the terrible smear campaign that just, if you heard, is so rude. It shows Harvey Dent just...
Dent in crime.
Yeah. So how are you liking it?
I like it. I was immediately drawn in.
And you know what's funny?
What?
I didn't even start it off where it actually starts.
How come?
Well, because, a fight scene with Batman, I just didn't think it would,
That's how it began?
Yeah.
Oh, jump right in.
Yeah, it did. I didn't really think that would fit our formula. I thought this was more our speed, seeing the writing and stuff of it. D.A. Dent pressures mayor to decry vigilantes. By Wilson E. I was trying to figure out how to move the thing up and down. Gotham District Attorney Harvey Dent calls upon the mayor's office to take a public stand against the wave of vigilante action sweeping the streets. Mayor Hill cannot expect the DEA's office to prosecute cases on any criteria other than the law, said Dent at a City Hall press conference. Dent has taken a firm stand against vigilantism in Gotham, from the uptick in citizen-led shootings to the costumed superhero Batman. Dent is currently enjoying a surge in popularity with one of the lowest criminal backlog indexes in the state. His groundbreaking Victims Assistance Program was part of the platform that drove his most recent successful bid for re-election since becoming Gotham's youngest district attorney at age 26.
Wow.
Police lieutenant tapped to lead task force by James Agapian. Gotham City Police Commissioner Peter Grogan appointed Lieutenant James Gordon to lead a major task force after criminal chatter in the Gotham underworld recently increased to an alarming degree. In a press conference earlier today, Lieutenant Gordon insisted that we are aware of nefarious elements mobilizing in mass in our city. At present they are unknown, but not unnoticed. We will find them. Gordon earned an honorable discharge from the USMC before joining the GCPD and has quickly risen through the ranks. He has frequently stated that the Marine Corps made him the man he is today. Wayne Enterprises funds Arkham Asylum replacement. The charitable arm of Wayne Enterprises, headed by Robert and Regina Zellerbach, has announced funding for a new mental health care facility to replace the outdated Arkham Asylum. For years, the asylum has made headlines for its inhumane approach to patient treatment and its violent, oftentimes deadly prisoner escapes. But soon, that will no longer be the case. The Thomas and Martha Memorial Hospital, as it will be called, will offer a mixture of maximum security confinement with modern mental health care practices to truly heal those who are suffering. Ambitious plans are already underway to transfer current Arkham inmates as soon as construction completes and implement a critical program of rehabilitation and release. And I kind of like that you get to play with the bad computer. And
I think it's cool.
oh, it's kind of a pointless detail, but you get to choose what color on
I like those details.
the bad gadgets were. So I chose red. I think you could have chose purple too.
I don't know why, but I love when doing anything where you get to choose like colors and the style, even your like a background on your email. It's exciting.
Really, a background on your email?
Yeah, you know, like how you can choose. I overthink those things.
I guess we. Oh man, I was just gonna make a comment about how. I guess I figured out why I was waiting for you for 2 hours for a simple thing.
Oh, the project I was working on. Well, it has to be. I do overthink the details, like color and things like that.
Yeah. Because anytime I was in there helping you, it was like a minute later done. And then you would work on it. And an hour later I would come and see. And then you needed help because you got stuff. But you were doing, an important task, so I get it's hard to do those by yourself.
Well, I couldn't have done it by myself.
Well, no, it's hard to, and nobody should have to.
Even from the police.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, I was really jazzed by this Batman stuff. And here's the biographies, so you can just get into the world. Founders of Wayne Enterprises, my parents. Dad was a physician, Mom was a philanthropist. They worked tirelessly to help the less fortunate, setting up numerous charities and expending their vast resources to improve this city and its citizens. Murdered in an attempted robbery by a man known as Joe Chill, the founders of Wayne Enterprises. Alfred Pennyworth. Faithful, patient, ever helpful Alfred. He's been a part of the family my whole life. He raised me when my parents were murdered and guided me when I thought I was lost. He's my butler, my confidant, and the most secret weapon in my arsenal. He complains frequently about my nightly activity, but he's still there to patch me up when I need it.
Gotham City District Attorney mayoral candidate. A new friend and the best district attorney Gotham City has seen in years. His political ambitions have always been as big as his ego, and now he's hoping to become mayor. He's got so many great ideas for how to save the city. I think he'll be good for Gotham, but I have to steer him down the right path to get there. He's too easily swayed by anyone with power, regardless of their murky morality.
See what I'm saying? How helpful these biographies are? Like, oh, well, that explains it then, and that's a really key detail of his character. Mayor of Gotham City. Exhibit A in what's wrong with this city. Hill should have been thrown out of office years ago, but he's got his hands wrapped around Gotham's government in a death grip. He's been suspected of numerous crimes, but there's never been enough to make any of it stick. He's rotten to the core, and one day this city will realize it. Harvey's out there doing his best, and, hopefully, this upcoming election will be the end of Hill's corrupt administration. And, I just, thanks for filling me in on who we're up against.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I know a lot of people who don't pay attention to the biographies, and you're just missing out on a lot of...
No, you like to, really get all the detail,
Cat burglar, crimes, burglary, petty larceny, new criminal on the scene, tied to several recent break-ins. She's effective and doesn't leave many clues behind. Currently, the GCPD has no leads. I wish I knew more about her. I think we know who that's going to be. And I kind of like that. I wish I knew more about her. That's where we're jumping in with her.
Right. Oswald Cobblepot, a.k.a. Penguin. Crimes, arms dealing, illegal boxing matches, receiving stolen property. He was a childhood friend, but he's almost a stranger to me now. Just like me, his family fell apart here in Gotham. He went off to boarding school in England, and there our paths diverged. He seemed to have fallen into a life of crime. The last 2 decades gave him a lengthy rap sheet and a strange nickname, the Penguin. What happened to you, Oz?
And this is one of the things that I like the most, is they're really capitalizing on how they were, close, right? Both of their families were rich, and they were in the same situation, pretty much. And I like the look of him, and I'm really intrigued what they're going to do to it with him.
I agree, yeah.
James Gordon, Lieutenant GCPD, Major Crimes Unit Associates. Barbara Gordon, daughter. He's a good, by-the-book cop in a department that doesn't trust Batman. He was recently tapped to lead the Major Crimes Task Force, an impressive promotion, so he's doing something right. I think he could be a trustworthy and reliable source of info, but I'll need to cultivate that relationship. He's a family man, so he's not willing to take necessary risks on the street. That's fine. I'll take the risks. But yeah, and again, even this little "that's fine, I'll take the risks" gives more on Batman. I think they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm always excited to make these videos and shows. Investigative journalist, Gotham Gazette. One of the Gazette's most ambitious and competent reporters. I've read her stuff. Some of it can be a bit tabloid, but her passion for the truth is undeniable. She's been with the paper for a while, covered all kinds of beats. Someone like that has the kind of access others would kill for. She might even hear more about what's going on in Gotham than I do. One day, I need to find out what she knows.
Very nice to know the dynamics of the relationships. And
yeah.
Yeah, I like this too.
I do not trust Vicky Vale.
I don't think I do either.
I do not trust reporters in video games or in anything. Like in movies, not in real life.
Well,
Who knows? I don't think I've ever met a reporter. I forget what Vicky Vale did. Anyway. Carmine Falcone, Skyline Club owner, head of Falcone crime family, the worst kind of gangster, one who tries to mingle with high society. He seems to have his hands in everything, including smuggling, real estate, bribery, and fraud. I could haul him into jail, but he'd walk the next day. I could shut down one operation, but two would pop up in its place. His empire is vast and multi-layered. Finding hard, admissible evidence is required for a conviction. They normally have varying interpretations of Carmine Falcone, but I think it was even in the cartoon, which is a little bit funny to think about. But I'm not sure. I don't remember that. It's been a while. Gotham City, population 10 million. This city is like a living creature. It's always growing, outward and upward. The people who live here are survivors. They have to be. And they deserve better than the corruption that infests this place.
10 million?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, well, you know, it's supposed to be the epitome of a fallen city, and, you know, like, it's supposed to be tough on the streets and, like, a sprawling city. So I'm glad that they put that in there. And then this is the Arkham Asylum. And it's really outdated. Its equipment is antiquated, and the staff's methodology leaves much to be desired. So it's hinting around that it's terrible and fallen in a lot of disrepair and stuff. And in this world, they really want to fix that because they think it'll help rehabilitate the criminals, which I thought was a really cool angle as well.
Right.
It told you with the city who you're fighting for, which they kind of rarely do. Wayne Enterprises, established 1870. Multinational corporation founded by my ancestors, covering all manner of manufacturing and finance. And you know this, but yeah, so I kind of like that they focused a little bit on the settings, because it's hard to encompass all that you're supposed to be doing,
right?
And seeing Batman's motivations for wanting to save the city. With that, it has 10 million people in it. Kind of does feel more impactful now. You see what I mean? How I was really engaged immediately?
Yeah. And
I was kind of skeptical. Yeah, the cartoon was really... I remember Scarecrow in the cartoon. Or not Clayface. Basil Carlo. In the he's an actor. I remember feeling so bad for him in the cartoon because they made sympathetic villains in that. And I think I've talked to you about that before, about how, you know, it takes a lot to make you feel bad for the villains and give their point of view. But I remember he was just like sobbing one time, I think.
Oh wow.
And you know, isn't that crazy in a kid's show that they were like, the villains have a point too, kids. Think outside the box. Which is funny to think about now.
I know.
Like even Scarecrow, I think you felt that. I remember. Maybe I just thought Scarecrow was cool, and I thought, you know, who knows? But I really need to see that cartoon again.
I don't know who Scarecrow is. I never heard that. Why should I?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's awesome.
No, I know, but I've never seen him, right?
Yeah. Well, we need to watch the first Batman movie by Christopher Nolan.
Oh, okay. Why? Which one do we watch?
We only watched the second one.
Why do we go to the second, not the first?
Because I was teaching you to watch movies at the time. And I thought that since the second one is a true masterpiece,
Mm-hmm.
you would have more patience and have a more familiarity with the characters in the world if then you watch the first one.
I get you.
Because I feel like the second one did a really great job of everything, and the first one really builds Batman's character. And I really needed you to love Batman. We had to go all out.
I know. No, we did. Is that your favorite? No. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Oh gosh.
No, you gotta pick one.
No, stop. I don't.
No, you have to. You have to.
I don't. Because if we start getting listed, it's
just right off the top of your head.
Fargo, American Psycho,
He's stranded on an island and no one can grab one. What
it's
is
not
it?
happening. I'm leaving this stupid island. I'm going back to my movie.
I know mine.
What?
You know what it is.
Oh, come on.
What do you think it is?
If it's Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Your little intonation there was great. Oh, so we're in Cobblepot Park. So his family owns a park, and that's where we're supposed to meet him. Is in this park. I did edit this video to hit the most, in what I find to be the high points in this sort of episode, or at least the most interesting. You know, I do like to edit these videos sometimes to get the most, quote, bang for your buck or whatever. And I just love, interacting with all the stuff. And I did play this on the PS4, but it was really easy to still, use it as a point-and-click game.
It's interesting, all the detail.
Yeah.
Even the graffiti.
And I do fast-forward a part in here, because Cobblepot's entrance is really quite violent. Which again, I really love what they did with Penguin in this first episode. I hope they keep surprising me in this, because I really enjoyed The Wolf Among Us, another game by this company, and they really did some cool things, but I didn't like episode 4 of The Wolf Among Us, and then the ending left a lot to be desired. So, but what they did so far was really fantastic. I like when they make things their own.
2 decades.
And you know what? I haven't been mugged once that entire time.
That wasn't why I brought you here, mate. Right now, I am trying to recognize the little Bruce I used to run around this place with. Back when it wasn't, like this. This park used to mean something. A place that was safe for kids, for families. People came from all over to visit. Oh, Mum and Dad, they put so much work in here. But they never saw it like this.
Well, those were better days.
That they were. Yeah. Thought we'd grow up to be kings, I did. Both of us.
Is he dirty? Does he have blood on him?
This city.
Oh, he's dirty.
Chews right through people. Mum committed to Arkham. Dad ended it yourself, he did.
One of the things that I was going to do with this video is I was going to stop it every second and talk about why I was making the decision. I thought that would have been a lot of fun. But I thought, against it, the final thing, but I thought it would have been a lot of fun to pause it, say why I said you're right. Because I think, and there's a later conversation where I thought it would have been fun to talk about why I said that.
This park and what's left in this flask.
I'm sorry, Oz. No one should have to go through that.
But I thought that letting the story take its course
We
was
are not
more
the only ones suffering. Good to know you haven't changed, Bruce. You still care about something more than just yourself. Although, I was surprised to see Carmine Falcone at your party last Made himself right at home. That oily... Wish I could have punched that grin into the back of his throat.
No. I only agreed to meet him because of Harvey.
Beware of any man who smiles that much, Bruce. They're usually hiding a forked tongue. Falcone made a stack of cashing corpses a mile high, ruining families like mine. All he needs is a little push. And... it'd be a treat to watch him hit pavement. Sorry, mate. This reunion got a lot more grim than I planned. Things are gonna be on the upswing soon, no? A revolution is knocking on Gotham's door. And I'm here to let it in.
I'm, sure you all have plenty of questions about the
So
new
what do you
hospital,
think about that
so let's
introduction
open
by?
it up.
Awesome. Pretty
You
cool,
first,
right?
Lisa.
Yeah, that really was.
Thank you. With the opening of this new hospital, what does this mean for Arkham Asylum? What happens to the old building?
I think Arkham has only done harm to Gotham. It's made criminals more unstable, put our citizens in jeopardy. We can do better. All right, who's up next? You there.
Mr. Wayne, Julia Remark of the Tribune. My sources say you welcomed alleged mob boss Carmine Falcone into your home. You and Mr. Dent even spoke with him behind closed doors.
Well, I think Mr. Falcone is a voter just like anyone else in this city. He came to learn about Harvey Dent, your next mayor. Next question.
Please keep your questions on topic, people. We're here about the hospital, remember? A warrant? What the hell's going on?
And here
Wait, does
the
this have to do with
ending
what the
scene
reporters were
we're
talking
going
about this
to
morning?
finish with.
That press conference turned into a bloodbath.
You tell me.
Shh!
Some
come on,
stuff
keep
has
it down.
happened.
Let's avoid making another scene, shall we? The press is already up my ass as it is. Reporters were talking about this morning?
Yeah, someone's coming after me.
Let's avoid making another scene, shall we? The press is already up my ass as it is. Mayor Hill authorized this?
Yeah, then the cops raid my house, taking everything related to Wayne Enterprises. Computers, hard drives, files.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You're the goddamn DA.
I didn't know about this. I swear. Hill totally blindsided me on this one. God damn it. He has no right to issue search warrants without my okay.
You owe me an explanation.
I will get you one. Straight from Mayor Hill's mouth.
Isn't this
I
fun?
just don't get it. Why would Hill stick his neck out over this? Just to tangle you up in some frivolous investigation? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, what could he possibly hope to accomplish other than a few cheap headlines?
That is exactly what I intend to find out.
What's on the
Easy,
bottom?
Bruce.
Just a leaf.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
God, what a
interesting.
mess.
Yeah, it's just like fall or
Bruce, I
whatever.
wish I could just make this go away, but I'm not sure if I can. If I get in the way of this investigation, Hill would be able to spin it as a conflict of interest. And that wouldn't be good for either of us. It
Didn't
would
really pop.
jeopardize the entire
Yeah,
campaign.
scene.
I'm sorry I can't do more, Bruce. My hands are tied. Either of us.
There you are.
It would jeopardize the entire campaign.
We need to fight back. Hill cannot get away with this.
It may not be a war we can win.
I found it interesting that he's immediately distancing
just like
himself
I am.
from them.
There you are.
Hey, you?
Sorry. I got a habit of being late.
No, just glad you made it.
And in the first scene, you end up meeting a certain character.
This is
Now
Selena.
you recognize this character
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
as Cat.
Just election nonsense.
I think we've met before.
You do look familiar.
Everyone knows who Bruce Wayne is.
Do they?
Pleasure to meet you, Miss...
Kyle. It's a strong grip you've got there. Don't worry.
I mean, it's been like a flirty relationship, but I thought this was it's still fun to visit these things. I'm not saying you have to.
Introducing her to people.
You're an excellent tour guide, Harv.
Well, if I lose the election, I guess I can drive one of those double-decker tour buses around town.
And I like how she's still a femme fatale, even with the
business.
Let's just hope she stays after what happened last night.
I was mugged.
The eye.
I'm just angry I let that masked freak get away with all my stuff.
I still can't believe I let you walk home alone. I should have called you a car.
It's not your fault.
Well, that's terrible. Did they catch the guy?
Not yet. But if they don't, I will.
It's probably long gone by now. Whatever that idiot took.
I hope not. These were important materials.
Ooh, sensitive?
Very. I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to my client. When things like this happen in my line of work, people tend to overreact.
We should just be thankful you got away with a black eye.
Maybe it's time to find a new job.
And I need career advice from you, Mr. Wayne. Not all of us were born with trust funds and multi-billion-dollar corporations.
Hey, go easy on Bruce. It's not his fault he was born rich and good-looking.
At least I'm not the only one who's taken a beating. That press conference? Oof.
We've got it under control.
Do you?
I think it's a bad sign for reporters if I trust Catwoman more than Vicky Vale.
Excuse me a moment. Hey, it's Harvey.
Isn't this cool?
Nice to meet the real you.
Even the music.
Yeah. And this shot, it's such a beautiful shot.
This explains a lot, actually. How you can afford the fancy armor, the toys. Wouldn't Harvey be surprised?
So now I didn't want to be too aggressive with her.
Everyone in this
But I also didn't want to act like she had
Don't worry about your
power.
My interest
Because
in
I,
him
you know,
is
I thought she would take full advantage of it if she did. So if I said don't make a scene, I was worried that she would realize she had the upper hand.
I'm curious about something now. I do what I do for money, but you're Bruce Wayne. What's your excuse? I have to. But you, why take the risk?
I think you know enough already. The rest is my secret.
And here I was thinking we were starting to get somewhere. How disappointing. Why take the risk?
Someone has to be the good guy.
I suppose you think that makes me a bad girl.
Well, aren't you?
You have something that belongs to me. I want it back. This is awkward for me. I'm used to robbing people, not the one being robbed.
As I recall, you took something from me, too. Hope you're getting some use out of that grappling gun.
I'm more interested in how I can use you. These people I'm working for, they don't screw around. If I fail to deliver that drive, it's gonna cost a lot more than money.
Well, looks like you've made your bed.
No, we've made this bed, and I'm not gonna lie in it alone. You owe me. If they don't get what they want, there will be consequences. I don't like consequences. In fact, I spend most of my time avoiding them. Listen, I don't have a lot of time. My employer is
Just
expecting
really
me to
makes
drop
me
it
want
off
to choose
where?
all the
Just give it
options
back.
The address.
and replay this, doesn't
No,
it?
give me the drive.
You're just going to have to trust me.
I don't do trust. I guess I'm screwed either way. My contact, he'll be expecting a cat, not a bat.
When are you supposed to meet him?
15
I
minutes
thought
ago.
they did a fantastic job
Better hurry.
of setting up a bat. And, you know, again, I'm kind of
Everything okay
like,
here?
hey, stop guys with the Batman, you know,
You tell
just
me.
give them a
I
break
have
for a
my
little
people
bit.
working on it.
And
We're gonna straighten everything out.
and then I
feel
played
better
this,
already.
you know, I was so, you know, it's that
Sorry,
young,
but I've
overjoyed as a kid
So soon?
sort of
Aren't you
feeling,
gonna
I
stay for a
guess,
drink?
Yeah,
that
Bruce.
it's just as
Stay for a
great as the
drink?
cartoon was to
I'd
me,
love to, but
and
I've
I'm
got
having
another
just as
appointment
much
and I
fun.
really don't want to be late for it.
Oh,
And that's
alright,
gonna
well,
be it for
don't
today.
forget to change your clothes.
This is pretty much the talky bits and the kind of the highlights of what I wanted to choose. But that dynamic between Catwoman and Batman, just wanted to talk about. Any closing thoughts?
No, I really like it. I like the whole style. I'm intrigued. I like the conversation. I thought it was really cool. Like very into it.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't you just want to play the whole thing?
Yeah.
It has so many cool moments in it because I didn't even show the parts where he's Batman.
And there's tension, you're really like worried about what's gonna happen.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you kind of had this foreboding feeling that something's going to happen with the asylum.
Right.
Something's definitely going to happen with Harvey. And now we've got Catwoman. And it just keeps adding stuff.
Exactly.
So, well, thanks so much for watching this. I really do enjoy making it for you and showing you these things.
Well, thank you.
I'm making it for everybody. I know. And good night.
Good night.